It's all quite tight at the top of the table over in La Liga, as of course Barcelona and Real Madrid keep up the heat with of course the leaders. But what of course is going to happen next time around, of course, as we enter match number, 4? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to match number 4 in La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe and get your bang up today with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related, woo, football related. We got it all here under one Ruski. That's right, of course. What do we have at the top of the table? We have a whole host of teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 way tie at the top of the table, including the likes of Valencia, including the likes of Mallorca, including the likes, of course, Atlético and the big boys. Of course, we'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the Patreons. I do appreciate love, and of course, thank you for your support. But anyway, we're going to jump straight in the deep end, of course, have a look back, of course, how we got on last time around, of course, pre-international break, of course, and see what's going on in the future. So here we go then. Where are we? We're not bloody there yet. That's it. We're jumping the deep end then. Here we go. Kicking on forward and taking names. So let's go. Of course, recap the games last time around. Atletico Madrid took on Villarreal. That ended up as a 2-2 draw. I went with a 2-1 win myself. I think I did shit on this one. How could I have done shit on this one? Anyway, Betis. No, I didn't. I did all right. Betis ended up as a 1-0 win for Real Madrid. I went with a 2-1 win myself, so not too shabby there. Of course, good win for Madrid, who were after Mbappe for the longest time with a chance of winning, but I'm going to have to wait a little bit. Celta Vigo against Atlético Bilbao was a 1-0 win for Bilbao. Went with the 1-0 win the other way. Barcelona picked up a win. Of course, the Messi-less era. It's not too bad start for them, of course. Not big wins, but enough to get over the line. 2-1 win for them over Getafe. 2-0 win was my pick as well. Cádiz against Osasuna. 3-2 win in the end for Osasuna. I went with the draw myself. Elche picked up a draw against Sevilla. A big point for them. Of course, Sevilla slipped up there a little bit on the road. Valencia, of course, up there in that cluster of teams at the top table. 3-0 win over Alavés. 2-1 win for me. Got the right amount of goals on that one. Vallecano, big winners over Granada. 4-0 on that one. Went with the 0-0 myself. Mallorca, they picked up a win against Espanyol, also to be in that top cluster there with 7 points out of a possible 9. And my boy Sociedad also back in the thick of things against Levante. I think it's back-to-back wins as well for those guys as well. So that's the situation there. I got myself 4 out of 10, which ain't brilliant. Of course, there you can see for in your leisure who is top, who is bottom, and who is in a bit of trouble. Of course, so yeah, it's a lot to do, still to happen, of course. And of course, we're going to jump in and have a look at the prediction league for this week and this week alone. Kicking ass and taking names is Connor Medlin with 7 out of 10 there. So not too shabby. Well done to you. Let's give him a round of applause. Well done, prediction king for this week and this week alone. Who is the prediction king for the month of August? Have a little look at it then, shall we? We do have a one-man band. It is Jonathan Liu. Well done to you, Jonathan Liu, as well. You are the manager of the month. You've entered some sort of thing, which we'll figure out next week. Of course, I'm on the road right now, so I can't really think. But anyway, that's the situation. So well done you. 1 point lead over the rest of the game, but of course it is early days. Again, we have a static link now, of course, for La Liga. It's Cutley for España, of course. La Liga was taken. Something else was taken, so we're going with España. Spain was taken, I think, so we're going with that one. Anyway, of course, get involved. That's the link. Free to enter. Get involved. Still plenty of time to get involved. Anyway, let's kick it on forward with the next round of matches. Now, I don't have any odds on this one. Like, I am recording this a little early, and there is a couple of little issues with postponements. So a couple of games I don't think are going to go ahead for whatever reason. Let me know if you know. Of course, kick it off with Bilbao against Mallorca. The pleasure of 38 times since 1997. 17 wins for Bilbao, 13 wins for Mallorca, 8 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Bilbao over Mallorca was a 4-0 win. The biggest win there was a 6-1 win. Last time pleasure, of course, in Bilbao was a 3-1 win for Bilbao back in June 2020. That was in La Liga. Of course, heading into this, Bilbao are unbeaten so far, picked up a win and a couple of draws. On the first side, Mallorca also doing better, also unbeaten, back-to-back wins as well, back-to-back clean sheets as they look to continue that start to the campaign. So, like I said, got no odds on this one. Got to go with your gut. My gut says I think I'm going with the hosts on this one with a 1-0 win for Bilbao, of course, to continue their start to the season. Next up, we have Osasuna taking on Valencia. That's right, of course, on the weekend of the September the 11th and 12th. Pleasure the 40 times since 1994. 7 wins for Osasuna, 21 wins for Valencia. Of course, they are in that cluster, 12 draws. The biggest win for Osasuna over Valencia was a 3-1 win. The biggest win there was a 4-0 win. Last time pleasure, of course, in Osasuna was a 3-1 win back in April 2021. Of course, Osasuna with the W. Of course, Valencia, in fact, just yes, very tight between these two sides. Last time the away side won in this match. You got to go back to 2012. Valencia picked up a win against Osasuna in the Copa del Rey. Of course, Valencia coming to this. What are we looking at here? We are looking at this. They are 2 wins and a draw so far. As for the opposition, Cádiz, Not Cádiz, I wonder about Osasuna. They come into this also unbeaten, 1 win and 2 draws. They have been a draw specialist over the years on this one. Again, got go with the gut on this one. Going to go with the 2-1 win for Valencia to continue their fantastic start to the campaign, and maybe they're back to their very best. Of course, I think this is going to be an interesting situation in La Liga this time around. Next up we have Espanyol taking on Atlético Madrid, of course, on the 12th of September. Now these two sides played each other 51 times since 1995, 21 wins for Atlético, 17 wins to Espanyol, 13 draws. The biggest win for Espanyol was a 3-0 win. The biggest win in the other was a 4-0 win. That's right. Last time played each other in Espanyol was a 1-1 draw back in March 2020. So it's been a while. Last time that Espanyol picked up a W against Atlético was a 3-0 win a couple of years ago. So it wasn't too long ago. So they've been exchanging victories over the course of the past few seasons. Of course, Mallorca, Espanyol coming to this yet to get going, yet to score a goal. Of course, three defeats in a row, three games. Just not 3 defeats, 3 games without a goal. 2 nil-nils and of course a 1-0 loss to Mallorca. Atlético coming to this, of course, back-to-back wins plus a draw, so 7 points out of possible 9, ain't too shabby. Go with your gut, no odds. Got to go with Atlético on this one to make it another win for them. 2-0 win and a clean sheet, and yet another scoreless blank for Espanyol at the top of the table. Cádiz take on Sociedad coming into this one, of course, on the 12th of September. These two sides played 8 times in 2005. 5 wins for Sociedad, nothing for Cádiz, and 3 draws. The biggest win for Sociedad over Cádiz was a 4-1 win. Of course, Cádiz yet to get going against Sociedad. Last time pressure in Cádiz was a 1-win for Sociedad in La Liga back in November 2020. Of course, coming into this, though, Cádiz, 2 draws for them so far this season. Of course, coming into this on the back of a defeat to Osasuna. Sociedad have bounced back following that loss to Barcelona on matchday number 1. Back-to-back wins, back-to-back clean sheets as well, back-to-back home wins as well. So, of course, this will be their first away travel since that loss to Barcelona. Of course, go with your gut. Going to go with a 2-1 win for Sociedad here. And again, to make it 3 wins on the bounce. Of course, maybe, just maybe, into that top 4 reckoning they could be. Getafe taking on Elche. This coming 13th of September. This will be the Monday Night Football. Of course, played each other 17 times since 1999. 5 wins for Getafe, 2 wins for Elche, and 10 draws. 4-1 win was the biggest win for Getafe. 1-0 win was the biggest win for Elche. Last time round in, of course, Getafe was a 1-1 draw back in March 2021. Getafe came to this 3 defeats on the spin for them. Of course, losing to Valencia, Sevilla, and Barcelona. Not the greatest opposition to be playing in the first 3 games. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Elche came to this 2 draws for them. Of course, losing to Atlético, of course, last time out on the road. So, of course, can they get themselves a point for the first time on the road? We'll have to see about that. Go with your gut. Going to go with a win for Getafe to break the hoodoo and finally get some points in the bag. Next up, we have Granada up against Real Betis, also on Monday night. This one played to the 19 times in 2010. 7 wins for Granada, 8 wins for Real Betis, and 4 draws. Of course, the biggest win for Granada over Betis was a 4-1 win. The biggest win was a 5-1 win. Last time played, of course, in Granada was a 2-0 win for Granada. That was back in December 2020. Last time the away team won on this one was a 2-1 win. No, it wasn't. Scrap that. It was a 5-1 win for Betis over Granada back in 2013. That's right. Of course, let's have a look at the situation heading into this. Of course, Granada, what are we looking at here? They got 2 draws so far and a defeat, so not great start for them. On the flip side, Real Betis also a couple of draws and a defeat as well, so not great for Betis heading into this one. I've got a 1-1 draw on this. That's right. Granada and Betis sharing the points. Next, we have a bit of a zinger. That's right. Or do we? That's right. Sevilla against Barcelona is penciled in here to go ahead, but I'm getting vibes that it's going to be postponed. So we're gonna kind of float this one and probably come back and talk about it another day. But I would have went with a 2-1 win for Sevilla if it was to go ahead. I think it might be doing with international related stuff. I think they have too many personnel, too many South Americans that are going to take a little bit of time. So they postponed that game, I believe. Next up, the same can be said for this one. Villarreal against Alavés. I'm also reading that this game is postponed. And again, it could be the same deal for internationals or something. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Villarreal if it does go ahead. The stuff in the prediction league is there. Put your pick in if you want. If it does go ahead, it goes ahead. If it doesn't, we'll recap it and go back out another time. So into the final 2, then we go. Real Madrid take on Celta Vigo. Let's take a look at this one then, shall we? Of course, they played each other 48 times since 1993. 30 wins for Real Madrid, 12 wins for Celta Vigo, 6 draws. The biggest win for Madrid over Vigo was, of course, a 6-0 win. The biggest win was a 5-1 win. Last night played, of course, at Real Madrid at the Bernabeu was a 2-0 win for Madrid. In fact, they've won. They're unbeaten against Celta Vigo for a long time. I'm going back. So it's 2017, of course, Celta Vigo last picked up a win at the Bernabeu. 2017 was in the Cup del Rey quarter-final, of course. Celta Vigo coming to this yet to really get going for them as well. Just a 1 point so far, just a 1 goal as well scored so far. Meanwhile, Real Madrid coming to 7 points out of a possible 9. However, they did draw against Levante a couple of games back, so it's not a great start for them. I do think they'll win this one though, 3-1 win to make it another win for them, and of course put them in the mix to be top of the table. Levante will take on Rayo Vallecano, the final game, of course, in the weekend. Of course, that match is actually probably one of the first that gets going. Of course, they played each other 24 times since 1997. 11 wins for Levante, 9 wins for Vallecano, and 4 draws. The biggest win for Levante over Vallecano was a 4-1 win. The biggest win there was a 3-0 win. Last time played, of course, in Levante was a 4-1 win. That was back in May 2019. Of course, Levante coming to this 2 draws for them in the first 3 games. On the flip side, Vallecano coming to this, 1 win and 2 defeats for them. Terrible on the road, fantastic at home so far, but of course the game they're playing Levante on the road and they're yet to score a goal on the road, so of course that'll be something that they'll hope to rectify this time around. I do think they'll get a 0-0 draw here, which will be a first point for them, but of course yet to get that goal, of course, to break that hoodoo. But that's my thoughts, of course, as we enter match day. Was it number 4, of course, in the La Liga, of course, couple of postponements, but of course get your picks in, of course, using the savvy link. That's right, it's Cutley/Espana to get your predictions in for this week, and of course use it from here on in. But be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check out the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and of course Patreon as well, so give it some loving, and of course I'll see you soon for the next one, whenever that is. Until then, we're done.